Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Lucy and for this video I'm going to be making some pins, jewelry, and keychains of some of my favorite anime mascot characters. If you like the content I've been creating so far, please leave a like and comment on what you would like me to do next. So now, without further ado, let's get started. So to start off this project, I started by first making some designs of some of my favorite characters. The characters I chose to create or design are Pochita from Chainsaw Man, Happy from Fairy Tail, and Tony Chopper from One Piece. So as you can see, I just created the designs on Procreate. I made 9 designs for each of the characters, and that's what I'm showing you here right now. So this is some Shrinky Dink paper that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using 2 types. Once I finish the design, I already printed it out. It's right here. With this one, I'm going to be using the one that you draw directly in, which is this one. It's like clear. And this one that I'm going to be showing you first is the printable one. So right here you see me struggling to open it one-handed, but basically this one's really cool because it's just like printer paper. You just pop it into your printer and you can print the designs that you made directly onto it, just like normal printer paper. It's compatible with inkjet printers, so yeah, this stuff's pretty cool. So I have the paper right here. I'm going to pop it into my printer, and then I'm going to show you basically how I just printed it out like normal. So here's my handy dandy computer, and so what I'm going to do is, since I have the files of the drawings that I did already in my computer, I'm just going to look up the files. That's what I'm doing here right now. And I'm just going to bring it up, and then it's just like printing a normal page. You just look for the file and you just click print, and that's it. I decided by printing the first design that I made, which is the one of Pochita, because I just love him so much. If you saw my other video, I made a life-size version, so if you want to check that out, it's in my channel. I'll link it to my to this video. But yeah, this is the first one that I decided to print out. When you print it, I was not expecting this, but when it comes out of the printer, it comes out like really shiny. So you have to be a little bit careful with that, especially if you put in new ink, which is kind of the mistake that I did. The first 2 designs, they came out shiny and fine, but then when I tried printing out the one for Chopper, it came out a little smudged, and that was the mistake that I made. That I would recommend printing out a couple sheets first and then printing out your designs afterwards. But like, as you can see, it came out really shiny. I mean, it looks pretty, but it came out a little shiny. So you have to wait for it to dry, or else the ink will smudge. So that's one to be careful. That's one thing to be careful with if you decide to go with this route. So now I'm just cutting out the designs right here. Like I said, these are the printable ones. This task is a little bit tedious because using the scissors, like it is very time consuming, but it was not as bad as having to draw it out and then cutting it out. So it wasn't too bad, but yeah, that's what I had to do here. I just had to cut out the designs, and that's it. Now for the handmade ones, I had to use Copic markers. I had different types of markers and different mediums that I used, but these ones are the ones that look the best. As you can see, I made a little tester one. It came out a little bit really tiny, but it came out really cute. So that's what I'm doing here. Basically, I printed out the design beforehand, and I'm just tracing it. That's basically all I'm really doing. This part was very tedious because I had to layer on the color so it can really pop out. Because if not, the color will come off when you do toast it in the toaster oven or the regular oven. So this part was a little bit tedious, and it took the longest in comparison to just transferring the design onto the printer paper type Shrinky Dink. So this one was very time consuming, having to draw each of the designs individually and then coloring and then adding layers. It was very time consuming, but it was worth it in the end. And then having to cut each of them out individually as well. It wasn't as bad with the first one because it was so simple, just print it out and then cut, simple. But this was very time consuming. It took very long, and it just made me think of this.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, careful! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
Anywho, after I was done cutting out all of the Shrinky Dinks, next came the fun part, which was cutting out some parchment paper and setting my oven to 350 degrees so that I can cook my little Shrinky Dinks. So here they are all ready. I was still trying to finish this one, the chopper one, but all of the other ones are completed and they're ready to be cooked. So that's what I'm going to show you now. So after the 350 degrees is up, like after the oven has preheated to the 350 degrees, you just get your little designs right here. This is very tedious recording this one-handed, but I managed to get it done. But yeah. These were super simple. You just put them on there and you just put them in the oven and you just wait a couple of minutes and they'll shrink to the desired size. So after a couple of minutes, I just opened the oven to check on them to see how they're doing. And as you can see, they shrunk to a very good, considerable size. When you do take them out, they're a little bit, don't do what I'm doing here, but they're still a little squishy, so you can just leave them out for a little bit and they'll get hard, and then you can just use a little spatula and you can take them off. But this is how they look like when they start shrinking. Also, don't open the oven like this, like how I'm showing you. I just wanted to show you the process of how it looks like, but I almost burned my eyebrows off doing this, so yeah, don't do this. So after I cooked all of the printable ones, these are the hand-drawn ones, so I'm going to be cooking these ones next. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you the difference of how they look, how the printable ones show up, and then how these ones, like the hand-drawn ones, look. So this is what they look like when they come out. It's pretty similar to the printable ones, but they're not perfect. They don't look, the color doesn't pop exactly like the other ones, which is disappointing. Okay, so here are the completely cooked Shrinky Dinks. At the top are the printed ones, and at the bottom are the hand-drawn ones. And right here I'm going to be using a 2-part resin, right here A and B. And I got it from this jewelry making kit that I had gotten my mother-in-law, but she never used it, so I'm going to be using it for this. It comes with everything. So first, I'm going to be using hot water and warming up both the part A and B. This is so that when you're mixing and pouring the resin, there's no little air bubbles in your little keychains and little Shrinky Dinks. It's a really good method. If once it starts like getting dry, it will have a little bit of air bubbles, and with that you just need a little heating gun or just anything to like warm it up, and you just pop the bubbles. So what I'm doing right now is just pouring the resin just a little bit at a time. I'm not pouring it directly from the little spout that I have right there, so I'm just using a little wooden stick and just adding little dabs and just spreading it all around the little Shrinky Dinks, because since they're so tiny, it's very hard to pour it like in a uniform fashion. So that's what I'm doing here. These are the last little bits, and I decided like on a whim for some of the ones that I didn't like punch holes, I was just gonna pour them in a mold and just add like little flowers and like sparkle. Alrighty, so here they are. Here are the completed charms. I made pairs of some of them, like the chopper ones, because I didn't like how some of them printed a little smudged. And the pairs are the ones I'm going to make into earrings, which I have right here. And the rest I'm just gonna, I have some little like keychain little links right here, some of the little like phone thingies, you know, the little charms that you put on your phone. So I'm just gonna experiment a little bit, see how it goes. So now comes the fun part, which is decorating the charms. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know this part I thought was going to be fun, but it kind of sucked. Full disclosure, if you guys have like when you're doing this, I would suggest don't do this with your nails, because I have like some pliers right there that I use, but right here, like right in the middle of trying to do it with my nails, I broke 3. So, and they're my natural nails. So yeah, don't use your nails when you're gonna do this. Use some pliers and use a tool to help you open up the little links and the keychains to help and to put it like loop it through. So yeah, that part wasn't fun, but overall it was okay. So yeah, as you can see here, I was struggling a little bit, but I made sets of earrings and I made some little keychains. They came out really good, you guys. Like, they were really, this whole thing was really tedious. It's all experimental. I've actually never done anything like this. I just wanted to make a video out of the experience because I had a lot of fun through like the struggles and everything, because like I'm just super impulsive like that. But here they are, completed. They came out so pretty. I'm really happy with how they came out, especially like the earrings and these little clear keychains. I'm so happy with how they came out. This one broke, so I had to make it into a new one. But yeah, I made like a little ring right here with this one. It's so cute and so tiny. And then I made this little like pin right here with this one. I'm so happy with the results. And I made a little hair clip with that one. That one's like a hand-drawn one. And I'm just super happy with the results. So if you guys, you want to make your own little Shrinky Dinks, like I highly suggest you do. Like, you won't be disappointed. The process itself is like, you don't have to do what I did and struggle. Like, you could just get the printed ones and just like print them out, and doing this whole resin thing is just an extra step. But yeah, have fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video and take the time to create your own anime-inspired Shrinky Dinks. And remember to stay nerdy, do the things that you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!